our commitment to ecology call hall.
Call of this meeting, the purpose of this meeting is advertised to discuss the formation of the preliminary budget and final budget, and consider and take action on other business which may come before the board. Any public comment? Status of the final budget.
Only two items, that, actually 3 items that I want to report on tonight. One is the water and sewer budget. I've talked about that a little bit in the past. If depending on how expenses come in for the coming year, we may have to adjust the water and sewer revenues. And there's been some question about whether or not we should make all the water rates one rate system. For example, instead of being residential and commercial, if we just made them residential, it changes the revenue projections by about $5,000 annually. Less, obviously. If, depending on the cost of the new plant operator, we don't have anything to go on at this point. It has been suggested by Mr. Bibby that another operator may cost us 4 times as much as what we're paying right now. In which case, that translates to rough calculations about a $15 a month increase for each customer. So we could be looking at a $15 a month increase. And if we go to one rate system, it can change revenues by about $500 or about $5,000 a year. If you spread that out over the number of customers, it's a pretty small amount of money. $1.28 or something like that, I can't remember, per month. Not a large amount. But that's that'll depend on how the water and sewer numbers come in. We have a guy coming to the next meeting from, what's the name of the company? Anyhow, a sewer and water contracting company will be at our meeting on the 14th.
CWM, environmental.
CWM.
Yeah, CWM, environmental.
They have been here, they have seen our systems, and they're coming on the 14th, and hopefully they bring some numbers with them. So that's the first thing, is the water and sewer. The second thing that budgetary that has been discussed and talked about for some time is the need for some code enforcement, and I'd like to see $5,000 or $6,000 in the public safety budget allocated toward code enforcement, and that could be either through using a police officer or someone else. That's just a proposal at this point. When we get to the final budget, that number needs to be written in there if it's something we want to do.
The budget needs approved in next December's meeting.
Budget needs to be approved at the December 14th meeting, or sometime before the end of the month of December. And it has to advertise the fact that you have a final budget available. Other than that, there's nothing else really budgetary that's going on. All the numbers look like what they're supposed to be. We'll have a nail down by the 14th.
Motion to pay bills and sign checks.
I so moved.
I second it.
Dave, how you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Somebody signs the
Yep.
doesn't leave the hand your way.
That's fine.
That's up again on it. And then sign it twice. Some of you may know Tammy's off. She had her surgery on yesterday. Ended up having a repair with a rotator cuff and also a bicep. So she's in a lot of pain. Although she does say she'll be back here to some extent on Monday. This one? I didn't know who that guy was for a second.
Oh,
Didn't dawn on me.
Yeah.
Custodian. I said, I wonder who that is.
balance on that.
Sewer line, water and sewer line. Okay, the general fund sets at $173,022.85. It's a good number going into this stretch of winter. Water and sewer, West Banco account, at this point in time, $96,254.86. Act 13 capital improvements, $647,246.63. Liquid fuels duplicate account, $20,587.58. Capital reserve account, duplicate, $21,253.72. And these duplicate accounts are actually paying a little fair amount of interest. That's one of the reasons we use those. Pennsylvania, I forget what it stands for. Pennsylvania something. Yeah. Anyways, it bears a little better interest. Parks and Rec account, and the West Alexander Community Center, the old WACC account, $4,880.95. About the only thing comes out of that is the lights for the flagpole up in the center of town and the lights on the basketball court. It's on the same circuit. Fire insurance escrow is still at 0. I think I had one for the
Act 13.
yeah, the road bonding account, because I saw some money to come out of that. Don't have one for it. I saw that we paid out $4,000, that's why I asked that. No, road bonding is not there.
Old business.
Okay, under old business, we have had a couple quotes on sound systems. One was a new system, and I don't have that one with me, but it was, seems to me it was right around $3,000. This is a kind of a professional sound system, I guess. It includes a mixer, a power conditioner, 6U, I don't even know what that is, rack mount case, wireless mic drawer, a pair of powered speakers, some cable, some lavalier mics. I think there's 4 of those. Three of those in a handheld. Some other rack mount kits and wireless handheld mic, there it is, system. Installation labor and cost is $1,552.84, and that is by a gentleman by the name of Dave. I don't know how you pronounce that. Is it son of Jay or yours? I don't know. Picture of what they're quoting. It's beyond me. I'm just used to amplifiers and microphones. This is a little more complicated than that. That's where we're at on that. I have, I mean, that looks like a professional outfit. I don't know what kind of sound you're going to get in that gym till you put them in there.
Did they give you any kind of, once it's in there, it doesn't work the way you thought it was going to work with the acoustics in the room?
They didn't. I guess they came and actually looked.
Did they?
They came and looked at the situation, and this is something that they originally bid the new stuff, and it was way out, it was way high, and
I'm just wondering.
I don't know. That's a lot of money for a sound system, but if it works, it's okay. I
Actually, that sounded like that was really cheap having him install it too,
Yeah. That's,
if it's any kind of quality stuff.
well, yeah, I mean, that's what this outfit does. This is what they're, it's not like going on eBay and picking one up and thinking it might work. This guy was there and looked at it, and they did some tests, and this is what they said we need.
But was there any warranty as far as, you don't know?
It
or-
says here, it's just a photograph of it and tells us what it is. It says it works well. It says here's updated numbers, no upcharge whatsoever on the gear. Not making any money on the stuff. They probably took it on trade, my guess. Probably pulled it out of someplace and
Maybe
replaced
they
it.
bought it from another place, they didn't like it.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, you don't know. You don't know if it's gonna work till you try it. I mean, I don't.
Right. But they're not telling you, like, if you buy it, too bad it's yours.
No, but that's pretty much the way the market works. You know, that's unfortunately. I don't have any, I mean, if you think it'll work, I mean, I don't have any problem with it, but it's, I don't know how you're gonna know. I don't really, with the acoustics in there, that's why I'd rather meet in this room, because it's a lot, hear talk back and forth.
I mean, if he was here and looked at it and said it'll work, it is $1,500, so I mean,
Could you get it on a trial basis?
Yeah, I don't, I'm gonna ask, but I don't, it doesn't mention in here if it's possible.
I'm trying to get a hold of him for the next meeting.
Well, we can give a conditional approval, and based
Yeah.
upon it, he'll give us, have some discussions with him about what he found in the tests and so forth. One of the questions I have, I don't understand all these components to do with it. I know what mixers and things are, but some of this other stuff, I really don't have a clue. And I don't know what these speakers are talking about. A powered speaker.
Yeah, it's amplified in a speaker. It's amplified speakers, so it gets the sound out better.
Okay. So it's not like a regular,
No, no.
Well, if it's too small for out there, it would always work with here.
we can, probably anything can go in here. Microphone, you know. I'd make a motion that we talk to this guy, and if he can make us some guarantees, or at least alleviate our fears a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Even a 2-month trial would be all right.
Yeah, or in a trial basis would be great if we allow us to do that. You know?
That's your motion?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a motion for conditional approval. And the conditions would be, discuss his findings, when he was here. I don't know, when he was here a few months ago again, when he was here, and, talk about trial basis.
I'll second it.
How you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion will carry.
That rack mount system is $800 new. Just
$800?
just the one
Component.
component.
What's rack mount mean?
Yeah, I've seen. Good, Bob.
What's rack mount mean?
I don't know.
I just looked it up.
How it mounts on a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Um,
just like the
Is
control.
going to be, is the public going to be able, if they have the use the gym for something else, are they gonna be able to use this?
Currently, the way we work it is it's available for a few bucks, not much, on the system that we have. You know, and I don't know how many groups are making use of it. There is one thing that may change this whole scenario, and I want to kind of fill it out first. If I can bring it up, Dave.
Good.
We have been contacted by a church that wants to meet here on every Sunday, and they're gonna bring their own sound equipment, and really, I guess, kind of left here. So I don't know, if that's gonna be a thing that'll fly or not fly. It's very preliminary at this point. They've called, they've made contact with us. Problem that we're gonna have though is we need seating for about 150 people. And, I don't know if we have parking to accommodate. That might be an issue. Plus we don't have 150 chairs. So that might also be an issue. But I know they talked about bringing the equipment and some of the equipment they want to be able to store here.
Well, there are meetings, and I know
Yes,
the Legion has used it during inclement weather for
Right.
the Memorial Day and so forth.
yes, and that's to be available for their use as well.
Okay.
You know, and a lot of people don't know, we also have a classroom down the hall here that we make it used for public, it's available for public use. We have, the scouts, the Girl Scouts meet there, the AA has been meeting there for a long time. We have other groups that, the planning committee for the 4th of July festival meets there. It's also available for rent for things like small birthday parties. The gas group rented it here a while back used it for a day. That's the kind of thing that's available for it. It really doesn't need a sound system, but it's.
Well, the fire department would probably use it when they have their cash bash and their,
I'm talking, well, a sound system, yeah, they probably would make use of it. So there'll be a lot of use for sound system, especially something that works.
Yeah.
You know, that's.
That makes a difference.
Yeah, we've tried real hard, we just haven't, you know, and I don't, again, a lot of it's acoustics in the gym, just things bounce everywhere.
Mhm.
You know, that's, but, we'll keep you out, you know, some of you may be involved with the church that's requiring, so, you know, maybe you can help us out a little bit. It's a vineyard church.
I thought it might be.
Has contact.
Mhm.
And, you know, if somebody wants to kind of help us out a little bit, because it's something that's gonna be a big decision for us to make, because parking and seating, but, you know, it would be great to have a steady user. That's kind of,
they park at the post office too on Sunday.
Mhm.
yeah, but I don't know what, if you get 150 people, you probably figure you got 75 cars at least,
Mhm.
you know, or maybe not 75,
Yeah,
but even if you
we're
have
close to it, yeah.
50 is a lot of cars. You know, and that parking lot, I don't think, what's the count on it, I forget, 25, I'm thinking,
Mhm.
you know, you got some down back,
Mhm.
and then you go beyond that, you know, you're across the street. So that's where we're at with that. I have no.
Any other comment?
On that particular question, or?
No, since you come in late, go ahead, Darren.
Yeah, I was gonna go.
You're on the floor, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just had a question, looking into the water a little bit, we talked about that, but we have 2 meters that are commercial meters, or fire hydrants. Where are they at?
One is out on Greaves Road, at the corner of Greaves Road.
What makes them,
Over it.
what makes, oh,
There's a tanker's fill there,
okay, so
Yeah.
they're bigger.
yes. And I don't know where the other one is.
It wouldn't be this one right here, because I know.
They used to fill
They used to
there, but
fill
I
here,
don't
but I don't know if
think
they have a
they've
meter
been
on
there for a
that.
while.
What about the one on Dry Ridge, is that,
Is there one out there they fill at? I don't know.
I've never seen them
I
fill,
don't
but
know where
that's.
I don't know where the other one is. I know they fill, there's some filling goes on down at the
See,
sewer
that
plant.
20 road has a meter on all the time, because I think
Well,
I've
that-
seen owls there a couple times.
We've had-
This is the one they fill up, I've seen them fill out of.
They used to fill, but I haven't seen one fill in there for a long time.
Yeah, you see them, they put the meter on it.
Mhm.
Right. I don't know where the other one is, but we'll find out where it is. I don't
was just
know.
wondering, because he was looking, I was like, I didn't know what that meant, but understanding that that's where they use them for commercial fields.
Right. Yeah.
I think they started using this amount here and decided it would be easier for the one on Old Brick, so that's why they just have it filled
Less
out.
traffic.
Probably. But we had to do a lot of work out there. Was that on that, the hydrant out there, or what?
Yeah, there was something.
Something broke out there and it
something-
cost us a lot of money to fix.
Yeah.
What?
Out there in that corner. I don't remember what it was though. Within the last year.
The coal mine didn't add one when they extended the line, did they? Down 40?
I am not aware of one down there, but we'll find out what it's something like it.
Probably would have been a good idea.
Mhm,
Down there.
yeah.
Make them add it.
Mhm.
Commercial hookup, is that just commercial fire hydrant? Okay. I'll find out where it is.
Anything else, Darren?
That's all. There's a couple of things. I don't have my paperwork in front of me. I forgot to wait for the meeting.
One of the things that you and I had discussed, that there's been a lot of work done on a potential water and sewer ordinance. It's still going, right now, there's just a copy of it, and it's going through rounds of different people making comments on it and writing on it. So we have one working copy, really, one working copy of it. Once it makes 2 or 3 more people give you a holler if you want to see it, and get through it and mark some things. It's fairly comprehensive. I think there's about 16 or 17 pages of it. And it mostly follows PUC guidelines on water. You know, it's very, very close to, in fact, that's the same language a lot of it. There's a lot of things in there that we inherited the water system. We didn't ever intend to be in the water business. So there's some things in there that would really be helpful for us to have in place. And just even simple things like somebody writes you a bad check. What do you do with it? You know, what do you do with their water? You know, we don't have any regulation on it. We just have what we've been doing. It's not necessarily law.
What kills me is there's almost $50,000 in people who no longer have an account here that owe the money for it.
Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, and it is.
Disgusting.
There's a lot of records that don't exist. One of which you kind of witnessed. We were at the last meeting. I don't know if we were at the last meeting or not. But people that want to extend the sewer line, and they said they paid their tap-in fee. We don't know whether they did or not. You know, so then we can do is they fill out an affidavit that they went before the magistrate and swore they paid it. We have to accept that. We don't know whether they paid it because the records don't exist. And that's not the first time that's happened. That's the second time that I've since the last 3 or 4 years that we've had people that said they've paid and they probably did. We just don't know it. You know, that's.
And I know next year is the last year, you actually should be in negotiations here pretty soon to renegotiate with Wheeling
Look,
on what you're already paying. Because I know, I've been taking my son down to West Liberty College, and the West Virginia water is all the way up to GC&P.
well,
And if they were gonna extend anything anywhere, they ought to tie back into that to see if we can get it a little bit cheaper.
Pennsylvania could learn a lot from West Virginia on extending water lines. Because they can put a water line to any cornfield. You'll see them, you'll be out in the middle of
I don't
nowhere.
care where you go, there's.
And there's fire hydrants.
Mhm.
They run water, they know how to do it, we can't do it here. Our hands, every time they start to make the regulations so tough that you just throw your hands in the air, you know. But, you mentioned water, I mentioned that to Dave when we signed this check, it tells you that our, this is on a water or sewer loan, and I'm not sure which it is, but the balance is down to $332,000. So it's dropping a little each month. We've actually been paying on that for the first time, the last 3 years, 4 years. This never was paid on. In fact, they didn't even know they owned it. Didn't know they had it. And then next thing you know, we get a thing from West Banco that says they want to redo our loan. So we ended up moving to the community bank at a better deal, but for years and years, they never paid on that loan. They just paid they never paid any principal. They just paid interest. You know, so it's coming down. I mean, we can't really pay any more on it than what we're doing based on the circumstances that we got. One of the things that I mentioned before you come in, and I'll reiterate it because it is important, we have had a company that came in to look at our water system, sewer system, operating it. We're hoping to have prices on the 14th of what they're going to charge us. And what was the name of that again? CWM. We've also talked to McCutcheon, and they've been in that business, and we've not heard back from them, have we?
Nope.
If you know, anybody knows of any companies in business, or a way that we can make this thing work cheaper, we sort of need to do that.
What,
Because if the water rates, if the sewage, or the cost of the plant operator go up by 4 times, which is what Tom tells us, I hope it doesn't. If it does, it's gonna mean at least a $15 a month increase in rates to our current customers.
I had a question about that.
Yeah.
Was that gonna be just put on the bottom end, like, I know you have a minimum, I'm not in town.
I don't know, you could probably put it wherever you want, Mike, just so you have to generate that amount of money. When you put it on the base, or when you put it on the usage, a combination of that, you've gotta end up at that.
Yeah, I mean, if you put it on the usage, you may end up getting a little more or a little less, depending on somebody's water use.
Yeah.
If you just put a flat
Right.
amount.
Well-
on the base number, like I know there's a base amount that,
That's
on
correct.
any bill, like electricity or whatever,
Right.
you would be guaranteed to get your money.
Right.
I was just thinking if you.
Well,
put-
a $15 increase is not, I know it wouldn't make my household very happy. My kids have no concept that turning that valve on costs money. That's,
Well, you know, also, there's a lot of things in there, that there's a lot of fat in that right now.
well, there may be some fat, there's some things that we're gonna be able to take a look at.
Right.
One of the things we're gonna have to look at if we contract out, are we gonna need all the labor that we have? I don't know that. You know,
Well, the nice thing about it is,
yeah.
I know you said he gave you a couple months' notice, but
He
until
did.
we find somebody, he's bound by law, he has to stay
Yeah,
here.
he's told us that.
I know that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he told you that or not.
He's indicated that he's worked with us all he could do. So we're not left to call, we would not be left to call, is what he told us.
Right.
And that's,
Yeah, DEP won't let him.
but hopefully, that won't have we can find somebody come in at a reasonable cost.